Ciao a tutti and welcome to the Cooking with Nonna holiday special. And I have a very special guest with me today. I have my very own Nonna all the way from Brooklyn.
Nice.
And we're going to make cartellate today.
Yeah.
And cartellate are a fried pastry dough.
It's very good.
It's very good?
Sure. I love too much.
Well, okay. And cartellate are a fried pastry dough, and we're going to dip them in honey and a vin cotto syrup. So let's go ahead and get started. What do you want to do first?
First you put white wine.
So we're going to get started. We have 1 3/4 cups of white wine into our KitchenAid stand mixer. We have a 1/2 cup of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah.
And we're going to let that mix up a little bit on a really low speed.
Yeah.
Just combine.
Just for mix olio e white wine. It's enough. You put flour now.
That's enough. Okay. And we have an entire pound of flour. Now, if this looks like a lot, it's because it is, and this is going to make at least 50 cartellate.
It's good. Start mix low in the beginning.
So you want
to
to lock your stand mixer, otherwise it's going to dance around. And we want to start this on a low, maybe a number 2. So how long does this have to mix for?
About 5 minutes. After you gotta work in this piece of here.
Okay, so we're going to let it go in the KitchenAid for about 5 minutes until our dough forms a nice size shiny ball. And then we're going to start running it through the pasta roller. Okay, so our dough has been going for about 5 minutes and we're ready to roll. Unlock it.
Okay.
You want to touch it and see if it's good?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good?
You put in the cup. Yeah.
Okay. So we're ready to start rolling this out.
Take a little piece, not too much.
And we have our pasta roller attachment that we have set to a number 3 setting. And that produces a thin sheet of dough that's a little bit under 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on our machine. And we're going to start rolling the dough out. Feed it through. And what this does is it pops any of the air bubbles that are in the dough. And you don't want any of those. You want a nice, smooth surface to work with. Good?
Yeah, you bring and you put like that, you know? Put like that on you, okay? It's better.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Maybe. Cut or you cut?
You cut one. Now we're using a dinner knife to measure the length. And this is Nonna's very special dinner knife from Italy that she buys for 12 for €12 at the marketplace. And it slices, it dices, it measures. She won't use anything else. And we're just cutting all the edges with a ravioli cutter so they have a nice pretty scalloped edge. And we're going to make strips that are about 1.5 inches thick.
Okay. I make first one.
You make first.
The dough, they gotta be very hard, not too soft. The other way, too much problem for make this. You can do.
You can do.
Yeah. You gotta put just, exact dose. Oil, wine.
And that's where baking really differs from cooking. Baking is more like chemistry because if this dough is too hard, it won't stick together. And if it's too soft, it'll crumble. And all Nonna did, she made little pockets. She pinched together little 1-inch pockets throughout the strip horizontally. And you just roll it into a pinwheel. And these little pockets create a nice little resting place for all of our syrup that we're going to dip it in. And I'm going to make one now.
Yeah.
If your strip has been sitting on your board for a couple minutes, you want to make sure you turn it over and use the side that has been facing the board because that's the damp side. And you want to make little 1-inch pockets like so. We're going to make our pinwheel. You want to make sure you pinch your bottom really well. This way it won't open when you start to fry them.
Even the top, you gotta pinch again.
Even
see?
the top?
Okay.
You're going to roll out some more. Now, this machine is my grandmother's best friend. I mean, if she could go to movies with it, she would. Because this piece used to attach to our kitchen counter. And it would have a little handle that I would have to crank every Christmas. And that's why we only made them at Christmas, because I wasn't doing that. Used to work a lot to make cartellate, right?
Too much work. Before, they don't have this machine. Now, thank God, this machine, you know work too much for make cartellate. Before, my mother, she have a machine behind. Oh, anytime she gotta make a cartellata, she call me, but I don't like it because they work too much. My mother, they make about 3 kg the cartellata, almost 6 pound more. Too much work. And when she called me for work the machine, oh my God, I say, I don't want to do more. I don't want. Call my sister. Maybe she's more strong than me.
My great-grandmother had a bodega in Italy, and she would sell cartellate every Christmas, and she would sell the syrup to make cartellate.
Yeah, I make a syrup for cartellate every years. My mother, she buy the fichi, dry fichi, e for make vin cotto, really a lot of work. A lot of work for do that.
Okay.
It's
So
very nice. See?
we've made some cartellate, and that did not take long at all. So we have our 4 cartellate all ready to go, and they're ready to be fried. And we have our olive oil going. We have 100% olive oil, and when you fry an olive oil, you want to make sure you're using a lower grade olive oil and not extra virgin. And to test if it's ready or not, I have a little trick. You take a tiny little piece of dough, and you just pop it in, and if you see bubbles, you're good. Bubbles? It's ready? So our oil's ready, and they're ready to go in.
Yeah, because you gotta fry right away. The other way, fry right away, the cartellate, when you put in the oil, they open, they don't look good.
Yeah, if they dry out, they're going to
So-
open up, and they'll be ruined. Not really, they'll still taste good.
If you gotta do like that,
Just
you
checking my
push-
work.
Check again.
Pinch the bottom.
Okay. Yeah. In this way, it's sure they don't open. Beautiful, round, nice.
They look beautiful, round,
Yeah.
nice.
So,
You're good to go. And you're going to wait for them to color
Yeah.
on the bottom first, and then you want to turn them over.
yeah. First they got a color in the bottom. After you gotta turn.
They're going to cook for about 2 or 3 minutes on each side.
So you can believe my mother, they make a lot of cartellate in Christmas time.
How many cartellate?
Oh, they make 3 kg. 3 kg, they almost 6.5 pounds. So, and my father, every morning, my mother, she make cartellate before, 20 days before the Christmas.
And that's
my
okay.
My father, every morning, they want breakfast about the cartellate. Who knows I'm going to eat? He love cartellate.
And it's totally okay to make cartellate before you serve them, even very far ahead of time, because the oil will preserve them and they won't get stale at all. So you see our cartellate are ready to come out because they have this beautiful golden brown color. So we're ready to take our cartellate out. And you want to make sure whenever you fry food, you have a plate ready that's lined with either paper towels or napkins. So.
Okay. I got to take off now.
And when you take them out, you want to take them out upside down so all the oil can drip out of the pockets.
Yeah, all the oil you do, you come out.
When I was little, I remember I didn't like cartellate. I thought they were weird. The taste was a little strong. And then some reason my palate just completely changed and I love them. And one year I just ate so many that I didn't have any more for about 2 or 3 years. I just couldn't even look at one. So we have our cartellate all fried up and ready. And I know you're really excited and you want to dip them, but not just yet because these really have to cool for about 20 to 30 minutes. And if they don't, the heat of the cartellate and the heat of whatever you're dipping them in will just melt everything and nothing's going to stick real well. So, to fix this problem, we have some cartellate already done. And I'm going to go ahead and dip 2 in our vincotto and 2 in our honey. And when you dip, you want to make sure you dip upside down first so all the syrup can get into the pockets. And we've had our syrup simmering just until you get a very slight boil. It just has to be hot. And I want to tell you a little bit about vincotto. Vincotto is probably my favorite thing that comes out of Puglia. And we make it from sun-ripened figs that ripen in August under the Soleone, the sunniest month of the year. And it's made in a very unique process. First, they're sun-dried, and then they're boiled. And then after that, you put them through a very clean pillowcase, and you strain out any excess liquid. And that is again boiled into a very thick molasses-like syrup, like you see here. And if you don't, have the balcony space or the pillowcases to waste on vincotto, you can always get a liter of prune juice, add half a cup of sugar, and reduce it down to a syrup on a low heat, and that will produce the same kind of texture and flavor. And finally, I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon to the vincotto cartellata because it brings out all the fig flavor. And a little bit of powdered sugar just on top. And now it's Christmas.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
You gonna taste one?
Yeah, sure.
We made it, we're not gonna taste it?
I love it. I want to take one, this one.
Buon Natale, Nonna.
Grazie, ugualmente. Very good. Nice, croccante, very good.
It tastes just like the ones I would have in Italy. And thank you for being on the show, and thank you for being my Nonna.
Thank you for you too.
Buon Natale!
Very nice. Buon Natale!